Welcome to In the News with Double O Des. I'm Des Bernardo, giving you my perspective on news from South Africa and the rest of the world. In the news now, advanced level 3 lockdown regulations will be coming our way. And in News 24, there is an explainer that says what you need to know about advanced lockdown level 3 regulations. Now, I've covered before the court case with regards to hairdressers being able to do hair from home and opening of hair salons, and this was thrown out of the Cape Town High Court. The case was not successful because they tried to do this case on a medical basis, which I said before was the wrong way to do it. They should have used the Bill of Rights and the right for someone to actually be able to bring in an income. And since that court case, President Cyril Ramaphosa must have softened up and seen the ridiculousness of these restrictions. He mentioned that someone that can't do hairdressing, seeing a taxi going past outside filled with people, cannot think how this could make any sense. And he said that himself, that it did not make sense. So, under advanced level 3 lockdown regulations, they come up with all these novel phrases. And what happens is the NCCC, this National Coronavirus Command Council, which is not constitutional at all, and has been challenged in the Cape Town High Court, is making decisions left, right and center. Then they send it back to Cabinet. Cabinet needs to approve these decisions. So it takes a long time for this to happen. Now they say because Cabinet approves it, it is still constitutional. But the NCCC has absolutely no right to even exist. This is not how our country works. It's like we've created new governments within government. And people are sitting in this independent government doing whatever they want. This is absolutely crazy. But to get back to the article, it says your Small Business Development Minister, Kambutsu Nsaveni, said the government will make a decision about the regulations under advanced lockdown level 3. The good news is that restaurants will be allowed to open because government have been negotiating with them. The Restaurant Association of South Africa says it will receive the new protocols by 11 on Thursday. So tomorrow by 11, the Restaurant Association will receive the regulations that they need to follow to implement at all the restaurants, and they will be able to operate at a 70% capacity. Now this will be good news for many people. They're also looking at the hotel industry to go back to business, but with regulations. Also beauty salons, massage parlors, tattoo parlors, and tattoo parlors apparently they said was very difficult to come up with the proper rules and regulations to actually manage them. But it's interesting that these things need to be managed severely when other things can't be policed at all. It makes absolutely no sense. Instead of government giving guidance to people and saying, if you follow this guidance, your chances of contracting the virus is reduced, makes a big difference to you forcing people not to earn an income. It is insane and unconstitutional for any government to force someone to not earn an income if they cannot come up with something else. Because what that means is you're telling someone that you must willingly starve to death and lose everything you've built up. They have no right to do that, not even for someone else's life. Because people's lives are being ruined because of their decisions. And this fallout will still happen big time when this whole mess comes to an end. Because our government that's been praised initially is now politically in a fix. Because the majority of people are starting to wake up to the reality of this absolute farce that has gripped this nation and the absolute ridiculousness. That is why people are openly defying lockdown regulations. People at Strand in Cape Town are going to the beach, they're out fishing, they are playing with the kids, people are surfing, they don't care about the regulations anymore. And it's clear that the police are doing nothing because they cannot arrest everyone. They were targeting soft targets before. All along you could have done this and they would not have been able to do a thing to you. We have allowed government to lock us down. We have allowed government to put all of this fear into us because We listen to the mainstream media, and this needs to change. I want more channels like mine to rise up everywhere, and I'm encouraging people to do that. I'm not competing for space or for subscribers or anything like that. I'm not a professional YouTuber, and by you looking at my channel, you can certainly see that. But I will bring you the truth. I'm not going to bring you any fake news. And very soon, we're going to listen to our president and hear what he has to say. And he's going to lay out what someone else wrote for him in a speech. He's going to read it off a teleprompter. Okay? So this is not Cyril giving a speech. This is him being a puppet, literally. And he's going to tell us about all these regulations now. So what happened with Cabinet and the NCCC is quite interesting, because this is a mess and is unconstitutional, like I said before. It's taking a long time for these processes to take place. The moment the NCCC refers something to Cabinet, they say, oh no, we don't want to approve this until we've sent it to the Ministry of Health. Then it goes back to Willem Kiese, and he now needs to make a determination, send it back to Cabinet, and that is why this whole advanced level 3 has taken so long. Because of completely messed up processes and incompetent people. So they said they wanted to send it to the MAC. The MAC is the Ministerial Advisory Committee on COVID-19. So these are specialists, okay? But they haven't been listening to these people. I've done many articles where I've made it clear that these professionals have said that they are not listened to. They have said we should go to level 1 lockdown a long time ago. Almost a month ago, they said we should go to level 1. We now know what this virus does, how dangerous it is, and we don't have to stay where we are. But who's been pulling the strings? The World Health Organization, and government made this clear. They're not shy about this, and I know this for a fact, based on evidence. So, hopefully, many of these industries will go back to normal. This is still not going to open up the entertainment industry, but the restaurants will go back to 70% capacity, and the advanced lockdown level 3, the minister said, is not a move to level 2, which is why other lockdown regulations such as prohibition on visiting friends and family and traveling interprovincially will still remain in place. Now, there's a court that have already declared this unconstitutional. Nonsense. And now the minister has missed a date for actually replying to the court, because they had 2 weeks to fix this nonsense. And they haven't done so. So, at the moment, things are getting very interesting, and government is now getting into a situation where people are just going to start doing what they want in any case. And government won't be able to regulate it anymore, definitely not police it anymore. So why would the military be on the streets? Why would there be metro police everywhere sitting in our park with an engine running on their vehicle, just standing there, waiting to chase people out of the park? It is absolutely pathetic, and I'm so sick and tired of the situation. I'm sick and tired of all the violations against the Bill of Rights and our constitutional rights that have been perpetrated by our government, who seems more like a bunch of criminals than anyone that could ever know, even begin to understand freedom, democracy, and know how to care about us and for us. Well, I don't want your care. I want all of my subscribers to think about this. Become as independent of these idiots as you can, because you cannot trust or rely on them. Become independent of them completely, and I will do many videos on how you can tackle this. And there should be many YouTube channels that specialize in this. But it's important that you do not rely on government, because they are not reliable. So tonight, many of these things will be made known to us. Once again, I will put this article in the description underneath the video. I'm not going to go through the entire article. Please go and read it. It's good news for many people. The hairdressers will be able to go back. The beauty salons will be able to go back to business. The restaurants will be able to go back. Even the informal restaurants will be able to go back. Well, they have done this in any case. They haven't stopped doing business. Are you mad? In the informal settlements, that's how the people stay alive. So they haven't been able to stop them. Must the people starve to death? I mean, really. There comes a point where you need to use common sense. And our government hasn't got any of that at this stage. Well, they haven't shown that they have common sense. And they certainly haven't shown that they will listen to the experts which they have appointed. I mean, what are those people doing there? What are the people in MAC doing there when they're not being listened to? When they say we should be at level 1 of lockdown. Now, I'm not saying that you should shove all the school kids back into school into a cramped space. That's a completely different situation and needs to be addressed and looked at separately. What I am saying is that people should go back to business. That there's nothing stopping that now based on what we know about this virus. Now that we have got statistics. And I would encourage you to wait up, listen to my feedback on the president's speech. I'll be listening. It'll be the first time that I listen to his speech now that I've started this channel, because before I just couldn't care to listen to him. I'll give you my take on it. You can look forward to that. And then I hope that many people will get relief, because that is what is needed right now. Thank you very much.